What's going on, guys? It is Chris Dros here, and today we got another deck profile for you guys. That is right. Today is the day new packs came out. We got a new selection pack. So we're gonna do a quick detour here for real quick. So I know I'm only in gold, so I've been playing the new event. So just FYI. So anyway, new selection pack. We got the Mysterious Labyrinth. Um, this is a really cool pack. I hope you guys enjoy this. So we got the Weather Painters. Not my favorite archetype. I'll do a deck build on that one of these days. But we got the Weather Painters. We got some other cool cards like some more starring Venom. Fusion Dragon here. But the more important ones is we got Runick. Runick is finally in the game, and I'm fucking excited. So excuse my language. I'm very excited. So we got Runick, we got Huggin, we got Moonin, we got Runick Tip, we got Runick Fountain. There's a bunch of good ones here. We got Flashing Fire, we got Destruction, Curses, Golden Droplet. So like I said, we have a bunch of good cards here, and a lot of fun stuff to actually start making some decks. We also have another fun archetype. We got the Labyrinths. So Labyrinths are very fun, and yeah, if you're very big into trap decks, I think this is a lot more fun to play than trap tricks. I know that's subjective. Some people might like trap tricks more, but for me, my own self, my own play style, I really like Labyrinth. It's a fun deck. So, with all that out of the way, let's get into today's video. Yeah. So, today's deck list is Musketeers. I know, I already have a Musketeer video. Actually, I got like 3 of them at this point. But this is Runick Musketeers, aka Musket Tips, is what I've been calling it. And I've been enjoying this deck a lot. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy this video. And let's get into the card by card. So, as always, for our hand traps, we got 3 Max C. This card's still legal for some stupid reason. We're still going to abuse it. So 3 Max C. If your opponent starts special summoning or wants a special summon, discard this card, start drawing some cards, man. So every time they special summon, you draw 1. We got 3 Ash Blossom. If your opponent wants to play a Max C on you, you can Ash Blossom it, or any other important key searchers, you can Ash Blossom immediately. It's amazing. And that's it for the hand traps. We don't play any more. Other than that, let's get into the card by cards. We got 3 Caspar. I've stated what Caspar does multiple times. All magical musketeers share the same effect that you could activate a spell and trap, a magical musket spell and trap from your hand if you control this. If you control face up magical musketeer, they all have that effect. So what Casper does is if you could add 1 magical musketeer card from your deck to your hand, but not a card with the same name as the activated card. You can only use the effect of Casper once per turn. So if you summon this card and you activate any of your Runick cards on the same column, you can now search for Caspar, grab any magical musket card you need, add it to your hand immediately. It's amazing. You need 3 of them. We're running 1 Doctor. I only won 1 Doctor personally. I know some people have 2, but I was like 1. 1 Doctor is really nice because in late duels, you could easily start recycling some of your spell and traps or even monster cards that you might need. And what it does is if you activate a card, a spell or trap in its column, you could just add any magical musket card from your graveyard to your hands. We got 2 Kit Brave. Kit Brave's really cool because it's a pot of greed, basically. If a spell trap is activated in this card's column, you can discard 1 magical musket card and draw 2 cards. If you have like another Kid Brave in your hands or something like that, or any other Kid Brave, any other musket you don't need, you can just discard it and just have a pot of greed. Basically, it's really good and it allows you to get it to your Runick cards very easily. We got 1 Calamity. Calamity is only here for level 4 target. You're not really using her effect. It does come up every now and then, but not really too much. It's a level 4 target. It allows you to go into some rank 4 plays, and we'll go on those in a minute. Then we got 3 Starfire. Starfire is amazing, kind of like Caspar. Starfire is very simple. If you activate a spell and trap in this card's column, you could special summon 1 level 4 low magical musket monster from your deck. So basically, if you have her on the field, you can go into like 4 plays, or you could get out Casper. You could get more cards that way. It's just amazing. You definitely want to run it. Now, for the spells. We got 3 Runick Fountain. The field spell, you need 3 of them. There's no ands if buts about it. Run 3. You can activate a Runick quick play spells from your hand during your opponent's turn. That's why you want 3 of them, man. Then once per turn, if you activate a Runick Quick Play spell, you can target up to 3 Runick Quick Play spells in your graveyard, place them in the bottom of your deck in any order, and then draw the same number of cards. So basically, in your opponent's turn, if you use 3 Runick cards, to disrupt their plays, you can now activate Runick Fountain, target the 3 cards you use, put them back in your deck, and draw 3 brand new cards. You get like Ash Blossoms, you get more Runick cards, you can get your Magical Musketeer cards. It's amazing. You definitely want to run 3. This deck cannot be played without it. We are running 2 Cross Domination. This card isn't the best. I know some people only run 1. But I'm running 2 because monster effects are very, very heavy in the game. And just getting rid of a key effect from your opponent is actually really important. So just an FYI. Then we got 3 Runick Tip. Runick Tip is amazing. You want to run 3 of this card. So you can activate one of these effects, but skip your next battle phase after activation. The first effect is you can add a Runick card from your deck to your hand, except the Tip, then banish the top card of your opponent's deck. Or you can special summon one Runick monster from your extra deck to your extra monster zone. You can only activate 1 Runick Tip per turn. And that just makes it amazing, by the way. You definitely want to open with this, because either A, you could search out the cards you need to disrupt the opponent, or B, you could just start special summoning from your extra deck right away, and that can get you just your filled spells. Like I said, this card's amazing. It does everything for the deck. Then we got 3 Flashing Fire. Flashing Fire is you can target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls and destroy it, then banish the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. All the quick play spells, by the way, have the effect where you can special summon Runick from your extra deck to your extra monster zone, by the way. So that's Flash Fire. Then we are running 2 Runick Destruction. Runick Destruction, you can target 1 spell and trap your opponent controls to destroy it, then banish the top 4 cards of your opponent's deck. We're running 3 Freezing Curses. Freezing Curses, target 1 effect monster your opponent controls and negate its effect, then banish the top 3 cards for your opponent's deck. We're running 2 Slumber. Slumber is target 1 face-up monster on the field. The next time that monster would be destroyed by battle and or card effect this turn, it is not destroyed. Also, it cannot attack the turn. Then, after applying the effect, banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. Then we got 2 Smithing Storm. Storm is, you can banish the top cards of your opponent's deck up to the number of cards they control. Very often, you're going to be banishing 5 or more, or, 4 or more. It's very easy. And just banishing, the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck, sometimes I can just screw them up immediately where they have no more, I was up against a Dragon Maid player. I used it, and they got rid of all the hospitalities, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. Now they can't go into the fusion plays. So like I said, it was amazing. I've run 2. Some people run 1. But it's up to you to play around the ratios. I like 2. Then for our last spell, we got 1 Dispelling. Dispelling isn't the best card, but I do use it every now and then. It states, if your opponent adds a card from the deck to the hand, except during the draw phase, discard 1 random card from the hand, and then banish the top 2 cards of the deck. Dispelling is decent, because if they use, Pot of Greed, not Pot of Greed, if they use Pot of, I can't think for it off the top of my head, but any of the pot cards, I might have them bookmarked. Like Pot of Extravagance, Pot of Prosperity, stuff like that. If they add any of those, you can activate this effect. They have to discard 1 random card and then banish the top 2. And if you could hit a key combo piece, or if they're down to only 1 or 2 cards in the hand anyway, and they add, you're just winning the game off the bat. Then for our traps, we got 1 Desperado. You can target 1 face-up card on the field and destroy it. We got 1 Dancing Needle. Dancing Needle is you can target 3 cards in any graveyard and banish them. So that's 3 cards from yours and or your opponent's. Usually you're banishing 3 cards from your opponent's right away. And then we got 1 Last Stand. Last Stand is yet again amazing. If your opponent activates a spell or trap card by control of Magical Musket, you can negate the activation. Simple as that. This card has saved my ass multiple times. Definitely worth running. So, with all that out of the way, that is our 40 card extra deck. This is the deck I actually play in real life. The only exception is, of course, I don't play Max C, because Max C is banned in the TCG. I play Dark Ruler no more in that spot, because of the fact Dark Ruler is a really good way to stop tier elements, and right now we don't have to worry about that Master Duel, so thank God. So yeah, you basically seen my deck in real life. I hope you guys are all enjoying. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we got 2 Hugin. Huggin, my bad. Huggin is a really cool card. This card is special summon from the extra deck. You can discard one card and add one Runick field spell from your deck to your hand. And this is how you can search your field spell. We want to run 2 of this monster no matter what. If another card you control would be destroyed by card effect, you can banish this card you control instead. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle and or card effect, return this card to the extra deck. So this card has great recyclability, and in fact, it protects any card you control. So that's your Master Musket cards or your field spell, your back row, doesn't matter. If it's going to get destroyed, you can say nope and banish this card instead. It's really good, definitely worth running 2 of them. We are running 1 Munin of the Runick Rings. This card has saved my butt a lot of times. It is really good. So this card does it. This card is special summon from the extra deck. You can discard 1 card and add 1 Runick continuous spell from your deck to your hand. When your opponent activates a card and or effect that targets a Runick spell you control or a set card you control, quick effect, you banish this card you control and negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. Once returned in phase, gain 1,000 life points. The 1,000 life points doesn't come up too often, but the fact is that you can protect your field spell is really important. And you could search any of the Runick cards. I don't think we're running any of the continuous ones, but yet again, they are really, really good. So like I said, I do like to run 1 copy of this for the simple fact of the protecting of your field spell. We are running 1 Runick Fangs. Fangs is not the best card, admittedly, but it is a nice one. Cannot be destroyed by your card effects. If this card is special summon for your extra deck, you can target 1 non-quick play Runick spell in your graveyard and add it to your hands. We're using this card to recycle our field spells if they do end up getting destroyed. Then when this card is destroyed by battle, you can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. Now, for our rest of the cards, our rest of the extra deck is really up to you. The only cards I would recommend, I will tell you in a minute. So, we got 1 Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller will shut down graveyard effects really nicely because you can detach 1 material from this card. Your opponent cannot activate any cards in the graveyard this turn. In the future, when tier elements come out, this card is going to be a lifesaver and basically a first turn kill. So just an FYI. Then we got 1 Baguska. Baguska is just amazing. It's a skill drain on legs. If you absolutely need it, it's good to go into. It might save your ass every now and then, so I do like to include it. We got 3 Magical Musketeer Max. Max is the 1 card you could probably cut down to 2. And if you want to, I completely understand. Instead, I'll add like a Zeus since we are running some XZs. But that's really your call. So Max. Max is amazing. If this card is linked summon, you can activate 1 of these effects. Either A, you could add Magical Musket spell and traps with different names from your deck to your hand up to the number of monsters your opponent controls. So they control 5 monsters, you could add 5 spells and traps from your deck to your hand. We're only running 4, my bad. So like we want to get the 5, but you get what I'm trying to say. Or you can special summon Magical Musket monsters with different names for your deck up to the number of spell and traps your opponent controls. So theoretically speaking, if they control 4 spells and traps, you can special summon 4 different Magical Musket monsters. It's a really broken effect, really good, definitely worth running. You run at least 2. Now, we got 1 Nightmare Phoenix. This is for back row hate, kind of worth going into. We got 1 IP Masquerena. This allows us to link off in my opponent's turn to go into like a unicorn to bounce the cards. We got 1 Light Charmer. Light Charmer isn't the best card in this deck. It is cuttable, but it does come up in some niche places. And basically what it does is if this card is destroyed while it's in your owner's monster zone, you could add 1 light monster with 1,500 less defense. And that's, quite a bit of your Magical Musket cards. So like you could add Doctor, you could add Kit Brave, and or Calamity from your deck to your hand right away. And that allows you to continue your plays. We got 1 Nightmare Unicorn. If you link at this card as a link summon, you can discard 1 card and target 1 card on the field and shuffle it into the deck. We got 1 Apollosa. Apollosa stops monster effects. Then last but not least, to close out games, we've got Axis Kotaker. That is the deck I'm bringing. I hope you guys enjoy. Coming up, we got a lot more Runick decks. If you guys get tired of it, please let me know. We're going to be seeing, Runick Assault Mode, which is stupid, but it's going to be fun. Like other stuff like that. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into the game. Also, before we get into the games, we all doing a Labyrinth deck profile the next video. So not this one, but the next video we'll have a Labyrinth deck profile. I hope you guys all enjoy. Let's get into the games. Alrighty, so our next game here is I think this is against Blue Eyes, or is it against Dragon Maid? I can't remember, so we're gonna find out together in a second. But I have a really good hand, so I can't complain. My opponent's going to go first. He activates he plays Sage of Blue Eyes, and he activates Effect. I'm going to Ash that. I don't want him to get a level 1 tuner from his deck to his hands. And Blue Eyes is Blurk Eyes for a reason, so I'm feeling pretty confident. He's going to set 2, and then he ends his turn. I draw a Caspar, so I normal summon Caspar. He's going to activate Max C. And I'm like, well, fuck. This sucks. I'm going to go into Max. Max is going to allow me to to special summon 2 cards. So at this point, I activate Storm. I banish the top couple cards of his deck. So I activate Storm. I do banish his Abyss, his Whitestone, and his Ash Blossom. Then Starfire effect's going to go off. Feel pretty confident. Starfire is going to allow me to get Dock, and at this point, I'm going to link them off into an IP Masquerada, and then I'm going to have to end my turn. I didn't want to give him any more cards. He's already up 4, so then at this point, he has a whole new hand. He sets, so at this point, he played Maiden. He set 2 more. Then he played Forbidden Droplet, and he's going to send both his cards. And at this point, he targets my Max and IP Masquerada. Starfire is going to activate, allow me to get a Caspar. Then he sets 1 more in. So, like, that's weird, but okay. At this point, I'm feeling pretty good. I do activate Storm here at Caspar's zone, a column. He activates Jar of Greed. I'm like, alright, Jar of Greed, that's interesting. I'm still going to banish 5. So, I'm feeling pretty good here still. My opponent draws. I'm going to banish the top 5 of his deck. I get Chaos Max. I get Dictator of D, Ash Blossom, Grand Hoarded Heaven, and 1-for-1. Pretty good actual stuff I banished there. I'm going to add Caspar. Caspar's effect's going to get chained to Ultimate Fusion. Ultimate Fusion effect's going to activate. He returns Blue Eyes and Twin-Headed Behemoth. What is this guy deck? I love it. To go into Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. And Caspar is going to allow me to get a Last Stand. I got Last Stand because I saw the Chaos Max. So I was like, I don't want him to go into that. I go into Unicorn. He's going to Solemn Judgment, but I got Last Stand. Last Stand is going to negate the Judgment. So I'm feeling really good here. Then Unicorn's effect is going to activate, and Starfire's effect is going to activate. Unicorn is going to discard, and I'm going to bounce his Tyrant. Then he's going to Ultimate Creature. He targets one of my Blue Eyes controls, and it's unaffected by card effects except its own. Can't be destroyed by battle. Also opponent's monster, but it doesn't matter because I can still bounce it. Then at this point, it's his cleanup duty. I basically won. I'm going to go into Access Kotaker, target one of my monsters, and then he just concedes. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that duel. Let's get into the next one. Alrighty, so this is our 3rd duel. We're going to have 4 total in this game, I think. 4 or 5. It's quite a bit, but I'm okay with it. I hope you guys enjoyed these longer videos. If not, please let me know. So I end up going first here. I have a pretty decent hand, so I'm feeling pretty confident. I activate Runick Fountain first, and I'm going to go to Caspar. And at this point, I just kind of end my turn. I could have went into the Runick Extra Monster Zone and done better, but I didn't want to. He normal summons Chambermaid, and then Chambered Dragon Maid is going to activate its effect, but I do Ash Blossom that because I don't want to go off. He links it off into a Strike Dragon. I'm like, oh boy, this is going to go out of hand. But he activates Dragon Hospitality and bringing back the Chambermaid, and at this point he goes into Heavenly Seals. I'm like, okay, that's Seals pass. I'm down. So at this point, I'm going to, on his end phase, go into my Runick Wings, and I'm going to activate Caspar's effect, and I'm going to activate Fountain's effect, chain blocking my Caspar here. So feeling really good here. And then I'm going to get one, and I get Tip. I'm okay with that. And then Caspar, I do grab another Starfire. I should have done that. I should have grabbed something different, but misplayed. It's fine. Dignity at end phase, I'm getting 1,000 life points. He drew and lockboard me at the end phase. I don't know what he was doing there. So at this point, I activate Tip here. Tip is going to allow me to get any card I need. I get Flashing Fire. At this point, I do banish the top card, his Nurse. Caspar's effect is going to go off, allowing me to get a search. He DD Crows the Tip. That's fine, I guess. So, have no more Tip there. That sucks. But Caspar is going to allow me to grab Desperado. Starfire's effect, I'm going to gain 1,000. I just end my turn. I don't want to get rid of my Runick Wings just yet. He activates Dragon Maid Hospitality, bringing back the chamber. Chamber effects are going to activate, and now he activates Nocturnal Vision Dragon. Nocturnal Vision Dragon's effects are going to activate, special summon it itself. Then Dragon Maid's effects is going to get a Tidying. I'm like, all right, so this is interesting. He's going to go into a Link for Burlow Dragon, and he's going to draw one card. I'm going to activate Despirito here, destroying his dragon, because, you know, why not? It can't be destroyed by battle, but I can still target it with card effects. So I destroy his dragon at this point. Then at this point, Starfire's effects are going to activate, and I activate Dispelling. Dispelling is going to randomly discard one card from his hands. Dispelling activates, and I do get rid of his Tiding. Fuck yeah, that was good. And I get rid of all the Hospitality and Chamber. I'm just feeling really confident. At this point, I'm just controlling the game like crazy. Fountain effects are going to activate. I do shuffle back one, draw one. And Caspar's effects going to allow me to grab the last stand just in case he has anything else. And at this point, he ends his turn. I'm going to get another 1,000 life points. I'm feeling pretty confident here. Like I said, there's nothing my opponent could do, so I'm just going to speed this up. I go into an IP Masquerena. Now at this point, I go into Magical Musket Max. I switch over Starfire, and I end my turn. Can't attack just yet, but my opponent ends the turn. At this point, I think my opponent just gave up, and I understand why. I go into Starfire, and I actually link off into an Apollosa, and now I'm just going to attack for some damage in my turn. My opponent really can't do anything. I have so much disruption on my side of the field at this point that no matter what he plays, I'm pretty golden. I normal summon Max C just to get more damage to in him out of his misery. He is down to literally 100 life points. Kudos to my opponent, the Dark Side. Thank you for not quitting out. This was an amazing match. You were a good duelist, and I hope you're having a good time in the event. And I attack with Maxi, and I end the game. Like I said, the Dark Side, bravo. You were a really good duelist there, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's get into our last game. Alrighty, so this is our last game here, and it's against Blue Eyes again. Blue Eyes. I've been going against a lot of Blue Eyes players in this event. I don't know why, but I've been enjoying it. It's better than like going against you know, Fluanderies of Despia every game. So my opponent goes first. He activates Bingo Machine Go. He reveals all 3 Ultimate Fusions. I'm like, okay, interesting. He sets 1, reveals Blue Eyes by Dragon. He normal summon. He flush summons Alternative Dragon. I'm like, all right, well, that's interesting. Beatable, interesting though. At this point, I'm going to normal summon Caspar and activate Destruction. Destruction is going to target his back row, destroying it. He activates True Light, and he's going to get a spell trap from his deck and set it. He gets Ultimate Fusion, Runick Destruction. It destroys his True Light. True Light's going to activate, destroying his field. But I did banish Dragon Spirit of White, Regeki, Maxi, and then on top of that, Deep Eyes with White Dragon. So I'm feeling really good about this. Caspar effects is also going to activate. I mean, I'm just getting more cards to my hand. I can't complain. I do add Last Stands, like it said, just because. At this point, I activate Runick Tip. Runick Tip is going to special summon out Runick Wings. Runick Wings effect, I'm going to discard 1 card. I do get rid of my Kid Brave to get Fountain in. Now I'm going to activate Fountain's effect. And now I'm going to link these 2 cards off into a Light Charmer. Light Charmer is going to target 1 light monster in the graveyard, and I do get out a Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, and I'm going to end my turn. I'm feeling really confident here. There's not too much my opponent could do, so let's just see what happens. He activates Ultimate Fusion, sending back Blue Eyes White Dragon and an Alternative Dragon to go into Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. And at this point, he's going to attack. I'm going to negate this attack so he can't clear out my field, banishing even more cards. Like there's this Alternative, Return the Dragon Lord, and Sage. I did 3 cards back here, by the way. Via C activated activated a field spell. I sent back Curses, Tip, and Destruction, and I drew Maxi, Curses, and another Tip. I'm feeling really confident about this. There's not too much my opponent can do. He tries activating the effect, but yet again, it is negated. Main phase 2, he Monster Reborns. I'm going to Maxi here. I know it's a 1-for-1, but I just want to see if I can get any monster at this point, and if I can, that's going to be great. So Monster Reborn is going to activate. So he's going to get Alternative. Then at this point, Alternative effect is going to pop my Charmer. Charmer's effect is going to go off, and I'm going to grab a Dock. At this point, I'm feeling really confident. There's absolutely nothing my opponent can do. On this end phase, I do activate Tip, and I grab a Flashing Fire, banishing even more cards. I banish his Harpy Feather Duster. Like I said, there's nothing that my opponent could do. I normal summon Starfire, activate Flashing Fire, destroying his Tyrant Dragon, and in the process banishing his Whitestone and his other True Light. Starfire's effect, Fountain's effect is going to go off. Fountain effects are going to target the 2 to return them to draw 2 more. And Starfire effects are going to go off, allowing me to special summon a monster. Starfire is going to special summon Calamity. I activate Destrudo, destroying his alternative, but he scoops at the end of the day. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoy this deck list. This has been so much fun. I've been having a blast during the event. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season. And yeah, like I said, I got lots to come up. Lots of videos coming out. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And if you guys any decks you guys want to see down below, any decks you guys want to see, please comment on my videos. You know, just I want to see more assault modes. I know a lot of people enjoy those videos, and they're one of my favorite decks to play. If you guys want to see any deck, you know, I'm making Gunk and Sue ships also here soon. There's a lot of decks in the works. So, like I said before, if you guys want to see any of those, just let me know, and I'll make those my priority. But other than that, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all next time.